Yo, what is going on, everybody? This your boy Sean, aka Puff Comics 83, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Movies, where we talk about movies from past, present, and I'm
in the
always
future.
We ain't in the future yet, but we'll get there. Hey, when that future movie comes, then we'll talk about it right after.
Yeah.
But I'm always joined by my co-host, the fantastic Varangian Vigilante. What is going on, brother? How has your week been?
Hot. Fucking summer is back and it's horrible. I'm having like the air cooler here, like directly facing me. Otherwise, I would be absolutely. I mean, it must be even worse in Florida, but for Austrian standards, it's way too hot.
Man, you know it's hot when it's at night, 2 a.m, and it's 90-something degrees with that high humidity, man. I'm like, God.
Oh, fuck the humidity, yeah.
Crazy. But today's film is our continued trek on the Mark Wahlberg stratosphere of films.
Yeah, we're actually, I think, moving back in time.
So we are talking 1998's The Big Hit. And this is an interesting movie because when you look at it, it's sandwiched between some of his more bigger movies when it comes to, Boogie Nights, which came out in 97. What's up, Gary B? Thanks for joining. This movie was sandwiched between Boogie Nights, and then the next year he had The Corruptor and Three Kings.
Yeah, it really seems like he aged a lot. Big Hit, The Corruptor.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looked so young in this movie. When this movie came out, I watched this when I was in my fucking last year of high school. Like, damn, I was like,
I had forgot that he had his hair dyed.
Yeah, but like 15, 16 when I watched this, something crazy.
Yes, Three Kings is awesome. That's. Don't give us ideas, Gary. We might talk about that movie in the future. But yeah, this one it gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah,
because of those films that I just mentioned. Like, people don't really put respect on this one or talk about it as much. So
I also think people didn't appreciate it as much as it should have been back in the day. I mean, a lot of people got that it was like a merger of Hong Kong action film and Western, like comedy and action. But I don't think people like appreciated it that much. I mean, me and my friends back then, we loved this movie. It is also like, you can always see by how sturdy the case is. One of the first DVDs I bought back in the day when they still bothered to use quality plastic for the cases and put like booklets in. This movie, I watched it first time on free TV, and then when I saw it on DVD, like I have to rewatch it, and ever since it's in my collection. And I think I'm rewatching it way too rarely. I should rewatch it more often since it's only I think 89 minutes or 88 minutes long. But it's so hilarious. Hey, Kenneth, it's so funny. It's so short, and it gets you in a great mood.
Yeah, like I like some of the comedy in the film. And it's balanced with some good action scenes, especially the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned the whole Hong Kong style, because the movie is directed by Kirk Wong, is like only a big American movie, like a disciple of John Woo, who's one of the executive producers on the film. And also, Wesley Snipes is a producer on it, because this was a production studio. So it's like, you got some heavy hitters behind the scenes.
Absolutely. And I think... it was not an expensive movie. I think it cost $13 million, which even by the standards back in the day, it was like a very cheap movie, and it made its money back. But I don't think it was the big hit that it wanted it to be.
Yeah, a big hit with the big hit.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people were not ready for having like a very infantile humor, but also in a very gory movie. Like this movie is not holding down with shootouts and with body parts.
Like the movie, like in terms of gory, like for me, it wasn't overly gory. It has its gore, mostly the body part stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, the shootouts were fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
It definitely takes you to that Hong Kong style of shootouts. You know, just nonstop bullets flying everywhere, bodies falling and stuff. And Mark Wahlberg, his character of Melvin, like they show his acrobatics at the beginning, like oh yeah, he's going to utilize that during his shootout, and he was jumping all around like he was just doing all these theatrics while he's shooting people. And then you just get a laugh out of it because you know
it's silly.
In real life you can't do that.
Yeah,
shit.
it's over. I think actually the movie introduces very early that it's totally over the top. So I don't really get the criticism because it really picks you up in the beginning with it. It says, hey, this is a satire, this is funny, don't take it too serious.
And that's exactly what the movie is. You don't take it serious and you enjoy it for the ride that you're about to be on.
Yeah, I mean, like Lou Diamond Phillips' character Cisco, who turns from friend to arch enemy in this movie, he's basically a cartoon world. Like Dick Dastardly, like
definitely. He is the biggest douchebag in the entire film. But he was entertaining throughout the whole film.
Like he stole all the scenes and his acting was spot on. So he was really like he was the proper nemesis of Mark Wahlberg's character.
And even his ending was like
yeah,
I really gonna go into this dramatic effect.
I just wanted to sail my boat, see a few dolphins, maybe kill some of them.
He was the standout of the film. Like, I like Mark Wahlberg characters, and it's funny how that's why I have my little subtitle. Even the hitman needs love, because he plays a hitman in this film, a professional one at that, really good at his job, but he's a meek man.
Yeah.
He gets taken advantage of from his two girlfriends, one played by the beautiful Layla Rashawn, and the other played by the gorgeous Christina Applegate. And he gets played by both of them.
It's very interesting because, of course, you think it's like, hey, it's the main character, and you basically introduce that he has like a fiance and a mistress. So it's like not getting a lot of sympathy points from some of the audience there. But otherwise, you can see also like how both take such advantage of him.
And even Cisco, like
everybody,
the whole beginning. When they infiltrate the building to kill one of the mob guys, he goes in there and does all the fucking work.
Yeah, and they stay back and just shoot around. Like, oh no, we can't come in. Like, we have like to shoot. There's more people out.
They drinking some coffee and shit.
Yeah.
and then when they get paid, he like, man, I did all the work. I did the killing. I should get some of that money. And Melvin's
bonus,
like, like I'll split the bonus. I'm like, come on, you meet.
Yeah.
Agent 47 will be pissed with this guy.
For sure. But yeah, it's very interesting how to make like basically an adulterer and a professional hitman, like the sympathetic lead in a movie.
Yeah, like that'd be like watching The Professional in Reno is not that type of professional.
Yeah.
It's like he's very meek.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed this different take on the hitman, because normally hitmen are like cold, calculus, and ruthless.
Yeah.
Here he's ruthless when he's in action, but when he's not in action, he's very weak-minded.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't really see that approach when it comes to portraying hitmen. Even Bret the Hitman Hart can't act like that, man.
Yo, Chase. Yeah, it's such an interesting character because at one point you sit there and say, "Dude, just man up." Like, but on the other hand, it's also so it's sympathetic, you know. Especially you see like then he is like having his stomach pain, so he has to take something against it because everything is wearing him down, like the stress with the mistress, the stress with the girlfriend, with the fiance, and with her parents.
The parents.
And then and then work. It's interesting. All of the other stress that the videotape is calling in because he hasn't given back King Kong Lives yet.
that the video store clerk. He was so agitated, but yet so entertaining every time he called. His little nerdy voice.
Yeah.
And like he's a lost member of Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah. I love the videotape scene. I mean, first of all the poses in the videotape are from trauma movies. Like, yeah, you have Romeo and Juliet, like the Toxic Crusader. There, like all the trauma classics. So, this movie also really celebrates the trashier side of the movie industry, and also, you know, and because his chicks are taking so advantage of him, he has to do an additional job, and a job that is not with his usual boss, like a side gig that Cisco said he can join in, like kidnapping job, like something a little bit more of the ordinary.
Yeah, kidnapping ain't his thing.
Yeah.
and then I love how they do the job, and you know this preppy, you know, uppity ass prep boy, you know, thinking he can do some rape action and stuff, like took his ass out. I was like, good for him, because that was the one character like, he deserved that shit.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Because he was a jerk through the whole thing, and I was like, he got exactly what he deserved to be buried.
And of course, they kidnapped this Asian chick because her dad is rich, not knowing that that the dad lost all his money in like making a movie about him, starring himself, and with movie posters made of solid gold.
The golden spray.
Which
you could make jokes about that at the window.
So of course when they call him and say, you know, we got your daughter and
hey,
$1 million.
What the fuck? What kind of fucking villain are you? To
Businesses.
kidnap somebody, then you have a note to say, read this, and you ain't proofreading. And then she said she's reading the note exactly word to word what it says. It is all butchered words.
Yeah.
He keeps stopping the recording. No, read it like this. And then like, oh no, say it like this. I'm like, no, I'm reading it word for word. How it's put on the note. And then when he plays the tape back, when he calls the father and say, I got an important message for you. He plays the tape, and there's all these various messages, including the one with the hemorrhoids. It's comedy gold right there.
It is. And I also absolutely then laugh that you know how everything comes full circle, and it turns out that the girl they kidnapped, her godfather is their boss.
Their boss, Paris, played by the great Avery Brooks, aka Commander Cisco from Deep Space Nine. I always thought that he should have gotten more roles in movies because he has a presence in the great acting style.
Being the crime boss, he totally nails it. He's like really one of these actors that is able to command presence when they talk.
Yeah, so basically he sends them out to commit big hits on people who deserve it, you know. Yeah. Because I like the fact that, you know, the person that they took out in the movie was basically a crime boss.
Yeah, so, and also like a human trafficker. So they deserve
them.
like, yeah.
So I was like, hey, he's doing a great job, man. Pulitzer. But when he find out that his friend and his goddaughter got kidnapped, man, you could cut the fucking butter with a knife, and the tension was thick.
Yeah.
You felt like I felt like I was in Cisco's shoes, like, oh shit. Taking my pants off.
Yeah, Chase, you're absolutely right. It's I was lucky that when this came out, like my circle of friends, we were all watched it and we laughed it, so it was like really a movie we talked about here. But then it really nobody talked about it anymore, and I think it's totally a movie that is worth to discover. Since I think it aged very well. Especially, I think that people would get now more what this is about than they did when it came out in 1998. Fuck, it is like it's a long time.
Yeah, like I said, it definitely was one of those movies that's forgotten about, and especially considering the movies that came out before and after this for Wahlberg. Not many people really remember it fondly. But that's what we're here for today. We're here to bring this back into your memory and say, hey, check this movie out because this is an entertaining film, and it's got a really good cast. Some of the cast I felt was underutilized.
Absolutely.
And that is Bokeem Woodbine. I liked his character because he has this presence about him. Like, he smashed all the chicks and stuff. And you mentioned it before. It's like now he's discovered the art of technique of masturbation. It's like,
I absolutely love it. That he's one of the boys, like one of the killers. The other one also, Antonio Sabato Jr. I think they cut out some of their scenes to trim the movie, so it really feels like hey, it would be cooler to have also the other two hitmen a little bit more in there, so they get just some few scenes in the movie, but those scenes are awesome, especially with Bokeem. I think, like you said, it's absolutely. It was so funny, where it's like you never masturbated. No, ever since I was 10, I always had like something to fuck. And then when he tries it and he finds out how convenient it is.
Man, the fact that the last scene that he had in the movie, he had this damn apparatus on his hand.
Yeah, it's like his only thing is that. I mean, the last scene I think within the movie is actually when they were in the videotape and there was a picture of him with custom of the month.
Which came out of nowhere, to be honest. It just came out.
And even like Cisco and Marvin stopped like their fight and they're looking at it like,
what the fuck? It came out of nowhere. But he was severely underused. I like how at the beginning, like he was there to cut the power of the building when they were infiltrating. And he couldn't do it because his damn it was too small.
It is.
And then they count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lights still on. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, he was severely underutilized along with the other guy, because just imagine had they involved them more in the plot. They could have played up to the tension of who to trust, Cisco or Melvin. Because they know Melvin is not that type of dude that just commits to
they also took advantage of him, but they were more like going along with it. But also like later they warned him and they helped him in their how they were able to help him in the capacity. But like Vince, the one who's played by Antonio Sabato Jr., they cut out like a whole subplot where he's wearing a drag in his spare time.
I guess they didn't want to include that in the movie. Now, not only for the runtime, but because of that as well.
I mean, actually, I've seen the deleted scenes there on the DVD. Actually, I think that they were like actually not offensive. I mean, I'm probably not the person to talk about what is offensive or not. but like, I would have considered it like, hey, it's actually interesting and it's not like in bad taste.
I mean, shit, one of the producers of the film, Wesley Snipes, was in drag for Wu Fong.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. that movie is something else, man.
Yeah.
But another character that they had, which pretty much kind of replaced Bokeem character, Woodbine's character, and stuff was Gump. A guy who can't finish a whole sentence without having to think too much.
But he's very good in with technique and electronics. But he was like the first scapegoat, since when it came out that they kidnapped the goddaughter of their boss. Cisco is like cutting the ties loose and putting the blame on the others, which he did fantastically. Like, he was very quick on his feet, and it was really hilarious when he, of course, then also personally like led the charge, so he also can like get rid of all the evidence that puts him in the spot.
Yeah, and I like the whole phone call scene when Gump calls to set up the meet with to get the ransom money for the daughter, and the father plays stupid. He said, "Oh, what trail? What trail?" And Gump is dumbfounded by the whole thing, and he goes past the 30 seconds where they was able to trace the car to where he's
because he thought like because he had like a trace blocker, but turns out that the other had more blockers.
Yeah. Again, it's like the tension was so thick in that sequence. It's like, man.
Yeah, and Cisco in the background, like.
Yeah, he's like, hang up. And then as soon as they got the tracing, man, they made a beeline. I love how instant, Paris told his men, get on it. And they just went on it.
And what I actually really like about Cisco is you can see, if he would have a choice, he would have liked the others to survive.
But he's only looking out for A number one, himself. And I really loved how basically he was able to switch, like, was in his mind, and it is what it is. Like I said, Cisco was top tier douchebaggery in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely douchebag, but in one of these douchebags that you don't want to know in real life, but it is really enjoyable in movies.
Yeah, Lou Diamond Phillips, man, much credit to him, man. He delivered in this role.
Absolutely.
To go from La Bamba to doing this, Lou Diamond Phillips was the man. And another aspect that this movie focused on, and that's the Melvin and his relationship. We touched on his relationship with his mistress, Layla Rassan. We touched on his relationship with Christina Applegate, his fiance. Yeah. He has to establish a relationship with her parents, and they are the very definition of hardcore Jews.
Yeah, so basically he's a goyim, and it's like the man. I think that the dad is more lenient there, but the
dad just wanted his alcohol. That's all he wanted. He just wanted.
I love when they had like the dinner later, and that's also when all the killers came in and everybody behaved and had the guns under the table. When the dad was then drunk and then suddenly make like references to Sidney Poitier, whose guest was coming to dinner.
The father was a trip. Like, he ain't have a care in the world.
Yeah.
All he wanted was that alcohol. When Melvin poured him some rum, and the ladies found out, man, the whole run over there to push that shit out of his hand. They're like, don't give him that. Don't give him that.
I think the most funny scenes in the movie were like with the family part. I mean, everything is funny, but I think that was so great because there's not a lot of people who didn't fuck other people over in this movie. And also also before that, when the mistress had enough, and because she wanted the money, and when she already had a lot of money, and
then she had her side man.
Yeah,
like a mistress with her side man.
Yeah. And then she cut the ties loose. And then she cut the ties loose with Melvin, and she just stopped by and put the kidnapped girl there and all the body parts of her boyfriend and tried to rape her. And then he has to hide them while his fiance and her parents are in the house. And then
you got the kidnapped girl trying to get out. You got the dog, next door neighbor's dog, coming out attacking a bag of body parts that he got to deal with. And I was like, then you got the family just walking in and out. And then the family drove out of the car with the girl in the back of it. I was like, oh, shit. And they came back. Yeah. He was able to sneak her back out of it, but I was like, oh.
And the craziest thing is then also that then he develops feelings for the kidnapped girl. I mean, the movie says she's in college. However, she has like a schoolgirl high school uniform, and it just it feels wrong.
She was like that high school Lolita.
Yeah, it felt wrong, even though like they changed it even in the script because they said they can't make a high school girl. So they made her a college girl, but she still has the aesthetics of a high school girl. So it's like, hey, this is not the most romantic.
It's just over the top of how he romantically falls in love with her.
Yeah, he's one of these people who I think just fall in love on a regular occasion.
Like, he's being super nice to her because, again, this wasn't his plan.
Yeah,
this is not something that he's accustomed to. So they put the burden on him to watch her
naturally,
and now he's got to deal with it. But because he's such a nice guy as a hitman. He's such a nice guy that he's just being caring for her. Like, see, at first she kind of utilized this. And like, oh, he likes me, so yeah. I'm gonna play nice with him. You know, he's gonna uncuff me. I'm gonna help him cook this Jewish meal.
Yes, kosher meal. Yeah.
And then she lowers his. She have him lower his guard when she spilled some sauce on her legs. Yeah. And we get the whole ghost moment with.
Yeah, I mean, also the other scene where he had to help her on the toilet was a little bit. It was funny.
That was like, nah, bro. Uncuff her.
Yeah, it was funny, but it was very awkward.
That was super awkward. Come on.
I think it was funny, but not in the sense they wanted it to be funny. It was more like what the fuck is this?
Like, it just felt so left field. Like,
it felt very wrong. It felt very wrong.
So left field. If there's one thing I could have left on the cutting room floor, is that. Like, they could have just left that on the cutting room floor. That did not need to be in the movie.
It for sure was one of these scenes that put you out of the movie. You're like,
yeah, I just felt like their whole fake romance and forced thing is like that. To me, it brought the movie down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, let's get back to the main thing. Personally, I maybe would have done like a friendship, but I didn't buy the love plot. And then, especially knowing that he's already like an adulterer.
Yeah, he already got a side chick, a mistress, and then he's got a fiance, and yet she likes that. And then they try to establish that, you know, because she lived a boring life as the daughter of a rich, you know, man who tried his luck in Hollywood with his bomb movie. She wants to live this now adventurous life, you know, like the thrill of gun shootouts and being chased in the car. You're like, that was exciting. I'm like, nah, girl, you should be wanting to do
that. And also, basically, if she enjoys that, bro, that means she's not yet mentally adult enough to make decisions. She's like, don't do this, like, don't go there.
Yeah, she, like, that whole thing, that was, like, my only negative takeaway of the film. Is that I'm falling for her.
Yeah, that was a little bit where I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to ignore that. Let's enjoy the rest of the movie.
Yeah, like that. It definitely like brought the movie to a screeching halt for me. So I'm like, yo, what am I watching here?
Because suddenly the movie makes you think and make like this is wait a moment, is this right?
It can't be right.
It can't be right.
Right.
It feels wrong.
Especially the whole bathroom. Oh, I gotta pee. How do I take my underwear off? I was like, no. I wouldn't want nobody doing that shit for me. Why the fuck? Come on, man. Yeah. But back to the whole point of the family, and like you mentioned earlier, Cisco's on the move. He gets the gump with his guys, and I like how he's tossing Gump around and trying to make it seem like, hey, I need to put it on Melvin because Melvin got the girl. So he's like, he's telling Gump, who's the person that's behind the scene? And he's like, Melvin. Who's the person behind it? Melvin. And then Gump just say, Melvin.
And then he outlived his usefulness.
Yeah, because he gotta make an example of it. He's like, well, now that you gave me the information, bam, stab you in the gut.
Yeah, that was actually also a very cruel kill. It's like, dude, it could have been a little bit more. He was like, your buddy, you should have killed it a little bit faster, maybe.
Yeah, and he gives this little soliloquy about the whole point of now Melvin's the main target, so we gotta go after him. And throughout that whole thing, what's his name calls Melvin, and he says, "Man, they coming after you, man." And he got his little hand apparatus crunch.
Booking's character Crunch. Was calling him.
He got his hand apparatus. Like, man, I'll get the fuck out of town. Paris, yes.
Yeah.
And that was the last we saw of him physically. Not including that picture.
Not the post, like the custom of the month.
But I was like, now Melvin is like planning to get the hell out of there, but the bad guys show up with Cisco and the family at the dinner table.
And it was awkward because it was the dinner where also his fiance wanted to break up with him because her mother convinced her. And of course, then you have like the other guys there, and suddenly you can see everybody has the guns under the tables. And it was like the scene where her father gave this epic drunk speech about diversity and how wonderful it is to have so many people of different cultures here, and they basically that Melvin should run because his daughter.
He spent how much money on surgery for his wife?
Yeah.
He looks like a animal, a beast. And then she asking Cisco and them, I look good, I look beautiful. And Cisco, yeah. He just wants to get the job done with and get this over with. But the family is just holding them back from doing it. Yeah. And then the father just keep going on and on with his tirade, bringing up guess who's coming to dinner. And then it gets to the point where it's like, all right, man, somebody's got to blast off first. Yeah. But the father goes into straight vomit mode.
On Cisco. Luckily, Cisco has like a glove where it doesn't really show that somebody vomited on it because it already looked like vomit.
And then the shootout begins.
His choice of gloves was already already very douchey. Actually, it really fit the character.
Then the shootout commences, and this is where the movie really picks up, man.
Yeah,
after that down part, it picks up.
I also love in the shootout, when Christina Applegate was crawling outside with the mother, and Melvin was indoor shooting. He's like, "Do you really want to break up with me?" Yes. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, my bad. But it's like right there, the mother just presses her to break up with him. But that was the worst time to do it. That you get shoot out and stuff. That was the last we see of them. And I like how they're shooting in between the stairs, and the father's just there, and then he vomits one more time. But Cisco was able to get aboard up the block.
Actually, really like that all the killers didn't try to kill the family. It was actually very professional.
Yeah, they was hardcore after
Hey, Carolina Chris.
Yeah, that's all he wanted was a drink.
Just another drink.
But when he got drunk, bro, that's when he came out.
Unleashed hell.
That's why they don't give him a drink. You're not gonna like what happened when he drank.
Yeah. And after that, the movie really nicely speeds up. Like nice chasing scenes.
And I love how everybody gets into that connection.
Yeah.
You know, you got Paris and the father coming in. You got the mistress later and
the side husband.
They're like, yo,
and then it turns out, and of course, like everything comes together, like at this crossroads.
Yeah, because she had the tape.
She had the tape of King Kong Lives that he also then picked up, so he can give it back to the videotape.
They had the cash and the tape.
Yeah,
and like that, they must really like that movie and say, "Yeah, we keeping this one."
Yeah, I mean it's King Kong Lives. I mean those are like classics.
But I just like how that all just came together and they all crashed into each other.
Yeah, it was.
And then the Cisco he comes in first saying, "You know where they're going," and then the mistress and her man's on the side, and then Paris rolls up and like, "You know where they're going."
This is one of these classic scenes. You know, it's like it's not your day.
Not your day, man. Everybody is happy. And then we probably get one of the most ridiculous scenes in the movie. Melvin and the girl stop at the video store.
Because he has to bring back King Kong Lives, yeah. Which is, I absolutely love this. That he really did this. So it's like, okay, now I have to bring back and...
Come on, bro. Do that shit at another time. You on the run. At least get to somewhere safe first. And then say, alright, I'm heading back out to drop the tape off.
And I was like, then we really get the clerk there to shine, you know, it's like, who are you? And then he saw like Melvin's like on the picture like of the most wanted.
Most wanted. But before that, you know, we get the whole scene like that. Again, it's like that forceful romance and stuff. They get a little intimate in the car. And then Cisco rolls up and straight blasted them off the goddamn cliff. I'm like, wait a minute, now, where does this shit come from? You on the side of the road, you get hit by a car, and now you off a cliff.
That was epic. It was over the top. I loved it, and especially also like the hunting, you know, down the like with the woods and everything. It was actually before when he had like. When he risked his life to save the videotape.
Oh man, that videotape was so important that they're like, yeah, I need to run back.
Yeah, basically, King Kong Lives is like a small, minor side character in this movie, and I'm here for it.
and then the chase in the jungle with Cisco in that car is the most ridiculous. Yo, they had a Tremors moment. Where the car was damn near under the damn dirt, and all this dirt piling up, and then next you know the car comes out of it. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, Chris, it's King Kong Lives. Was on the tape.
Yeah, it was like, yo, this movie's so over the top that they made the car the most vicious animal in that whole scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole chase sequence was so over the top, and Cisco was just killing it. Like this man refuses to die. Refuses to die. Like when they were fighting on top of the car, and then you had Melvin's car up top.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this ain't gonna end too badly. And they fake us out with making it seem like Cisco died.
Yes, but then you see later how he survives, and then they have like this epic final battle in the video store.
Oh, it was great. It was great. And then, like, before the battle of the video store, when he encounters the video store clerk, you know, the clerk, I love how...
Melvin Smiley.
I love how he opens up the tape like, oh my, you did rewind! Oh, that's extra late. That's extra fees on top.
I love how he really celebrated, like, to have Melvin there.
Oh, he like the small scenes he had was just awesome, man. Because he reminded me of some of those video store clerks that was just anal about certain things.
Sweet Chris eyes. Yeah, this movie it's so worthwhile. It's funny. It's only 90 minutes long, and it's so underrated.
Yeah, man. It just like I said, the middle portion with the romance thing, I can live without.
Yeah. Because they didn't sell me on the romance.
Yeah. But everything after that, this movie amps up, and that fight between Cisco and Melvin was cherry on the cake.
Yeah, that was so fantastic, and also like the death scene of Cisco, where he mimics like that he has like this death speech, I just wanted to go my boat, and meanwhile he's like putting together the explosives, so like because like I'm gonna take you out with me.
Like, how do you not feel that he is grabbing your explosives and configuring it? Like, bro, that shit is tied to your chest. There's no way in hell that this man could just grab it and set it off without you noticing it. but he got caught up in the emotional drama.
Yeah.
The emotional drama. I was like, oh, Cisco, man, we were buds, we were friends. Cisco was treating you like dirt since the beginning.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get all the emotional and drama and stuff like, oh man, that's my friend. I'm like, man, fuck that dude.
I still laughed when he said like, just wanted to be in my boat, maybe see some dolphins, maybe kill some of them. But yeah, Melvin still makes it out just in time.
Nope. He made it out just to see Paris and his
Exactly, just in time to see Paris, and then he's forced to go back in.
And the building explodes.
But luckily, the father of the kidnapped girl put real gold in his movie posters and his movie stand-ups. So this saved Melvin.
Don't you just hate those movies that just add some stupid armor to it to save the hero?
I think here it's so fitting because they sold like this stand-up like right from the beginning. There was like two scenes. First when they said it's like, hey, you shouldn't have put real gold in there, and then when it was transported to the videotheque, and the video clerk was like, it's like the most expensive like movie build of all time. So I think the setup for it was really good. So this sold me that it was a proper way for him to save his life.
And it does pay off for how he escapes death early in the film when he jumped out the building.
Yeah.
So yeah, like explosions, he can survive it. But it was like, man, I don't know if I can buy that.
But it was a very good way to fake his own death and then to come back and pick up the girl and
probably see what's the name again? Vince. Antonio Sabato.
Vince, yeah. And probably not have a very lasting relationship with her because it was just wrong that the two got together.
To be personally, I'd rather have either Christina Applegate or Layla Rashawn over her.
Yeah.
Like she was fine, but
yeah, I would totally have ended the movie with the explosion and see him get away, but like I say, like I don't think that the relationship with him and the kidnapped girl that was way too young for him really fit in the movie. But otherwise, I love this movie, and the
funny thing is that the two actors actually was romantically linked after this.
They were together for 4 years.
And then she
but the actress was way older than the character she was playing.
But no, she bounced around. She went to Steve Coogan. Then she had links to Keanu Reeves. And then now she's like Billy fucking Idol? Now she's Billy fucking Idol? Good lord.
Yeah, she needs that rebel yell in the midnight hour.
Fucking great song. I love that shit. When Billy Idol comes on, I got to turn the radio off because that shit bangs.
Yeah. It does.
But yeah, this movie it's awesome, man. Like I said, take away the whole forced romance thing between them two. Lou Diamond Phillips steals the show with his character.
And I really laugh how hilariously over the top the movie is.
Yeah, and it's like you said earlier, like this movie is like the satire of action movies. And you can't take it seriously.
Exactly.
You go into it and you watch it and you enjoy it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's originally in the script she was supposed to be a high school girl, but then the producers said it's like that ain't work, so they made her a college girl, but still being dressed like a high school girl, and it still feels wrong. It still feels wrong.
Yeah, we don't need no Jerry Lee Lewis stuff in there, man. That's
Yeah.
what they show.
I mean, I know how Hollywood usually feels about these things, but Hollywood is a place of
Hollywood-
sin.
Yeah, like City of Sin, you know.
Yeah, it's like Hollywood should not be the moral compass of anybody.
Speaking of Hollywood, another movie that I want to talk about with you if you've seen it, but L.A. Confidential.
I think I've seen it, but it must be a long time. But sure, I mean,
Yeah, we could talk about that after Get You Sucker. So
Yeah.
and because Russell Crowe, Danny DeVito, of course, the man who got blackballed now, from Kevin Spacey.
we were already talking about the degeneracy of Hollywood and Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. Oh man. But yeah, that movie, talk about Hollywood in the early days. Like, yeah. They had some shit going on then, and they still got shit going on now. So Hollywood never changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big hit. I'm glad we talked about it because it's definitely an underrated film in terms of action comedy, and it's highly enjoyable. One of those Mark Wahlberg films that is forgotten.
Yeah. Yeah, the actress was not young. The actress was in the proper age for Mark Wahlberg to date, but the character was and how the way they dressed the character.
Yeah, like I said, she felt like some young Lolita.
Like, yeah, she was like living and breathing gray area.
Yeah, and the scenes was just awkward as hell.
Yeah,
it borderline like stopped the movie dead in its tracks.
Yeah. But yeah, I absolutely recommend this movie. It's a movie that I laughed when I was 15, 16. It's a movie that I still laugh being 40. So maybe I'm not getting any older or wiser, but hey, I still enjoy this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great revisit because, and this is another actor in there, I forgot his name, James Cromwell. Yeah, we talk about scum of scum. He was scumbag.
Yeah, I really think with the True Lies Blu-ray, it must be
James Cameron.
It must be because of James Cameron. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's not happy with the remaster. He's too busy probably with his 1,000 Avatar movies.
You would think he would make a killing putting that out on Blu-ray 4K.
There is a Blu-ray and an international one, but it's just, I think, an upscan. It's not a proper remaster.
But yeah, True Lies, man. We still waiting to talk that film because I love it.
Yeah, it's very fantastic. It was a remake of a French movie, of course, very Americanized, but nevertheless
very
Tia Carrere.
Yeah, you saw that video of her and Schwarzenegger working out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a sequel. We need a sequel with those two in the movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
So, I see you have a haul.
Oh yeah, I got my monthly comic book haul, and finally it's a haul worthy to show again after the last month, which was just like a teeny little haul. But today I got actually something to show.
I expect a lot of variants.
A lot of variants, but also since, of course, I always support my good friend Jim Bayland, especially when he draws covers like these. Like the Dominatrix, issue number 1 by Gene Simmons, the Kiss guy. And issue number 2.
Hey man, speaking of Gene Simmons, man, WCW and the Demon.
The Kiss Demon. I'm currently ever since I subscribed to the WWE Network, I'm I'm on a WCW like run, binging all the pay-per-views, and I love it.
I agree with you 100%. That Roll Wild, Hog Wild crowd sucked. I hated those pay-per-views.
Yeah, those rednecks. That was not. The pay-per-view was fantastic. Like the matches, fantastic, but the crowd.
Bro, they were booing when Malenko and Benoit went to distance, and they 5 more minutes.
The match was epic. Yeah. Then we have got Fire and Ice. I think that's the cover A. Then I also got the cover with the movie poster. And on top of these, of course, since I have to support another friend of mine, I got the 1 in 10 variant by Mahmoud Asra.
Nice.
Which is also epic. Then another new miniseries of Vampirella. This is based on the Priest one, also by Priest. Like Vampirella Dracula Rage.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the last one he's writing.
We'll see. Yeah. It was an epic run. I really hope it's gonna get like a proper ending. He's also still writing the spin-off Draculina.
Yeah.
It's also like fantastic cover. Love it. Then there's the next bunch of variants for the new Red Sonja.
The Shockmaster.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Poor Duck Taco.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Then the Mignola variant. That's the Mignola variant. Yeah.
I think I saw somebody like, man, they do not like Mignola's Conan.
I actually like this girl. Then the
Jenny Frison.
The Jenny Frison variant. Then the
yeah. See, I only got 1 or 2 Red Sonja covers.
I think I have some more, but I think I put them somewhere else. I also have yeah, because it was from a different order came early. I also have the foil one of the Frison cover, but I think I have that somewhere. But here's cover A.
Yeah, nice. Love that cover.
Yeah. I think that's the Shannon Mayer
It's
cover.
great to have Walter Giovanni back on art.
Yes, and I really loved the Ashcan, so I'm having high hopes for this one. So then Conan issue number 1.
Oh boy.
The foil one, the movie variant.
Classic.
Then the Hyborian Age map variant.
I like that.
Yeah, I also really a fan of these. Then of course the De La Torre variant. De La Torre, one of the best modern Conan artists, really has a Buscema-esque style.
Bro, the artwork was giving me, reading that issue, the artwork was giving me Buscema style.
Yeah, De La Torre is such a great artist. Then the patch circa homage variant to the first Conan. Then the next Mignola. And finally, this cover A.
Yeah, it's a badass cover there.
Yeah, fantastic cover. Then, Doom is now issue number 7. House Harkonnen. Also fantastic read. Then I have the 3 last issues of Eternus. Also really nice story. That's also written by Serkins, by Gollum himself.
Nice.
And it also has fantastic interior art and a really interesting story. Yeah, a lot of foil covers. It seems like that foil covers got cheaper to make. And that's the final issue. Then issue number 2 of really a book I fell in love with, issue number 1, which is Count Dante, which is of course based on the original Count Dante that had all from the Black Dragon Society, who had all the martial arts advertisement in the old Bronze Age comic books. You know, he's gonna teach you the Din Mark.
Nice.
Show me the Din Mark. Then German comic, issue number 10 of
Luba.
Luba Wolfschwanz. In der See des gierigen Todes, like in the sea of the greedy death. Then the second issue of Tales of Science Fantasy. This is gonna be the last chance I give any of the Frazetta books at Opus. All the others were so bad, so I hope if this one is bad, I'm just like, nope.
Yeah, we talked about that on that
Yeah.
Fire and Ice show. He's like, man, the Opus stuff is horrible.
It's horrible. And then last but not least, issue number 12 of Shudder.
Nice.
Yeah. I think with a nice press shield. Nice cover.
Yeah, that Shudder book I picked up. I was like, I might have to get into the Shudder books.
Yes. It's like I say, it's
because I be wanting to buy those anthologies, like the recent Aries and stuff like that, but I just kind of passed on them because I know they're a bit pricier than the regular books, and I might get stuck into them. But the anthology stories are great.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the old black and white horror. Also, Vampirus Camilla, always a highlight. Yeah, I have some more Red Sonja covers, but I already put them away. The Frozen Foil. Then I also have the Red Sonja issue number 1 reissue with the cover, and there was, I think, another yeah.
But you know, it's funny because I've been cutting back on trying to get. I picked up a few variants, but I'm not like going overboard like you just did.
I mean,
those were some great covers without a doubt.
Yeah,
but
there were even more covers. But
I'm doing, I'm gonna wait until those hit the bins.
Yep, they will. They're
gonna
especially with an issue number 1. It's because thanks to people like me, they overprinted so much.
Yeah, like some of the ratio variants and stuff like that, I can like maybe forget about because I know they ain't gonna put them in the cheap bins. But some of those books are gonna be in the cheap bins.
Yeah, also but I think I already cut back for the issue number 2, and but here I still bought a lot, but I only bought those where I say, okay, I just buy those which I would feel I would have missed out if I don't. And all the others, I was like, I don't have to buy every variant, but really those where I'm just happy to have them.
I'm just happy we got a new series, for both Conan, Red Sonja, and Fire and Ice that we can
and especially
discuss.
All of them. I'm promising, and I still have to read them, but especially the Conan Free Comic Book Day introduction was already very good, and the Red Sonja Ashcan also really surprised me. But I'm like, hey, I'm here for this.
That Free Conan Day book got Gary B quoted on the book. So that's awesome that we got Gary B quote on the back cover of Conan.
Yeah, awesome.
Definitely check out Cantonese Comic Kid, our Fire and Ice review. We also reviewed the first Conan book, and check that video out if y'all have not seen it. It's great. We're gonna do issue 2 next month. So we're gonna do that like every issue that Fire and Ice come out, and then maybe
always have to. I probably until I get the comics, always have to wait 1 month to be able to watch it.
And we said that on the show, like, damn, if we wish we had BV, but he don't get his books at the same time.
Exactly.
But yeah, definitely check that out. We got Comic Call Crew. Tomorrow is we're finally doing the 7th anniversary live stream, a celebration. I had went and rewatched my first appearance on the Comic Call Crew when I was a guest, and I was like, oh shit, this is when I was ranting about that weak ass Iron Fist show. It was hilarious. Yeah, but it's gonna be a blast. Hopefully the whole crew. I am hoping that maybe some of the original guys that was on the show in the past show up, like just for 7 years. But I'm not.
I mean, with the Royal Rumble, like with guest appearances.
Yeah. Like if Antonio comes by or Vince and something like that, some of the OGs on the panel, that would be great. But I'm not going to hold my breath to that. But yeah, it should be a fun episode.
It's really great, like to have our 7th anniversary. That's stamina.
Yeah.
Especially with all the changes of YouTube along the way.
Yeah, especially those old Google Plus lives. They're like, man, YouTube came a long way. Now everybody using different streaming techniques and platforms, but Google Plus was a nightmare sometimes.
Well, they outlived Google Plus.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, that is it. Check out Big Hit. And also, if y'all have not watched last week's episode of Three Tough Guys, Chuck Turner, watch that episode.
Watch it.
Watch that episode. Yeah, Three Tough Guys was the weaker movie, but Chuck Turner, man, just rewatching it. It was a blast listening to us talk that film, man. 2
tough guys talking about 3 tough guys.
And
sounds like gay porn, but isn't.
But yeah, definitely check that out. And then we'll be back next week to talk probably one of my favorite comedies of all time. And that's I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Classic.
Have never watched it. Gonna be a first time watch. Gonna be very interesting.
Oh, it is classic, man. And trust me, me and Jace were saying, man, what if VB falls down the rabbit hole of Wayne's Brothers films? Hey, like, well, you can't watch Don't Be a Menace because in order to watch Don't Be a Menace, you got to watch Boys in the Hood, you got to watch South Central, you got to watch all those.
I watched Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood was huge here back in the day.
But you got to watch all those hood movies to understand what Don't Be a Menace parodies.
Yeah. I did watch all the Scary Movie and White Chicks.
Oh my god, White Chicks is the one movie that I like. It's funny, but I'm like, God, I can't stand that movie sometimes. And they keep teasing us with White Chicks too. They like, but the Wayans brothers is hilarious. Keenan, Marlon, Sean, Damon Wayans. Oh, another movie we gotta talk. The Last Boy Scout.
I just wanted to say, technically, The Last Boy Scout counts as a Wayans Brothers movie.
You gotta talk The Last Boy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add that for the next week after LA Confidential. I'm just gonna keep adding movies. LA Confidential, then The Last Boy Scout. So it's gonna be a great couple weeks.
I think The Last Boy Scout is one of the best introductions of Bruce Willis in a movie.
And that movie felt like Bruce Willis
sleeping in the car with the window open.
That felt like Bruce Willis being Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that truly felt like a Die Hard spin-off.
It felt like Die Hard with John McClane at his lowest of low.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm adding that to the docket, man. That we're gonna have a blast these next few weeks. But thanks everybody that showed up in the chat. Carolina Chris, you was killing it in the chat.
Yeah,
much love to you,
brother.
Jace, thanks for stopping by. You know, we had Kenneth Bird, thanks for stopping by. Gary B came in for a little bit. Another movie we gotta talk, Three Kings. And then of course Simply and Cousin. Thanks to all you guys for stopping by.
Yeah, we don't have the quantity, but we have the quality.
Exactly. So with that in mind, I hope y'all have a great weekend. I know I'm looking forward to it.
And it just started.
I know, right? And it's gonna go by quick because it'll be right back to work. But yeah, have a great weekend. Catch the Big Hit if you can. And peace out, y'all.
Have a fantastic one.